Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are making witch balls. What are witch balls? Well, they're kind of like a spell jar magnified. So what they are for is to put your intentions along with anything that will help said intentions and invite them into the home by placing them particularly in your windows or throughout the home wherever you want to bring in that intent. So I'm going to show you today how to create a prosperity / success witch ball. Now you can customize this however you want to. In fact, I'll give you a few different ingredients that can be substituted for other ones. You do not need to use what I'm using today. Whatever your intention or your gut tells you to use it. And by no means do you have to replicate it in the way that I'm doing it. I'm doing this one particularly to give you ideas if you need help to get started or need a little inspiration. So we're going to do the prosperity today, and then I'm also going to do another video on love as well as protection, because those are the top three intentions that people seek out when doing these. You can also make a regular just Yule ball witch ball, which will have like cinnamon, orange, holly, rose quartz, juniper berries, stuff that symbolize Yule to you, and hang them on your tree for Christmas / Yule or throughout the windows in your home. But I'm using just a prosperity one today. Now, witch balls are rumored, I'll say, to be the starting point of ornament baubles on Christmas trees. So that's really cool. So what we're going to need today is a few things. First, you can go to your local craft store or even the Dollar Tree, because I found some of these there as well, and get yourself a clear crystal ornament like this. This is plastic, which for me is great because we have dogs, and if it by chance wants to fall, it's not going to shatter in a million pieces. So that's great. So if you have little ones, plastic ones are great. The whole intent is just to have the little bauble, right? And it will have that removable top. Then you'll need the ingredients as I go through them, or again, switch them out. Then you can add a rune. You can use any kind of charm that you would like to place in there or on top, and a hot glue gun, because we're going to want to secure the top here. And you can also hot glue some twine, some string, ribbon. I have some cotton twine there as well as some black ribbon here. Doesn't matter. You can do intentions. So you can write out your intention on a little scrap of paper, roll it up, tie it in, and place it in here. Or you can write your intention on a bay leaf, which I also have. So let's get started. All right. I have a little tray here that I'm hoping to catch the excess should it fall. So you don't need that. You can use a plate, a paper plate, foil, anything that will help reduce the mess. I also have a little spoon here to help me get my ingredients. I do also have a funnel. You can also make a paper funnel if that's going to help you as well, because it's going to get a little messy here with that small opening. So I have those on hand. And my first thing that I'm going to do is remove the top, which I already did. And next I went to the Dollar Tree because I am a thrifty witch, and I found this moss, and I thought, wouldn't that be great to symbolize like a seed being planted? So I'm going to use a little bit of this to put on the bottom here, and that way it will symbolize growth. It'll symbolize, fertility, grounding, all of those things, because it is an earthy material. So I'm going to add that in on the bottom and layer everything on top. You can make this as aesthetically pleasing as you want to. The whole point, though, is intention. Everything that you do with your practice is about intent, correct? So if you have a particular way that you like to do your rituals, such as before doing this, you cast a circle, awesome. If you like to say intents into each and every ingredient, you can do that as well. It's all up to you and what feels natural and good to you. So I'm going to separate this and insert it in as easily as I can. I'm doing this little by little so that way I make sure I get it all in. But now you can see why I added a tray. And you can fill up this bottom layer as thick with moss as you want. And this is a bigger bauble too. So it's a bigger ornament. Those are both of my hands because I wanted to make sure I can get a lot of ingredients in here. Okay, so next we are going to add some basil here. Basil, this is going to be good for success, for abundance and peace. And I have everything dried in here. And again, measure with your heart. Basil is great for attracting money. Let's just fill that up, right? Next, I have my bay leaves. And now you can write intentions on there. I like to try to find ones that are particularly whole, that don't have a lot of holes in them. And how many you add is up to you. If you would like to add the intentions, you can, or you can just stick them in. These are great to symbolize abundance, manifesting, and success. I think I'm going to write some intentions out on these. So already we're seeing it kind of come together here. You can take a spoon, a fork, anything that you can kind of get in the hole and maneuver it around to kind of help adjust as you go, make it more pleasing to the eye. All right, and next we're going to add in the cinnamon. So cinnamon, I've got a huge little case from Costco, and they're the longer ones, so I'm going to have to break them up. I think 2 will be good. Cinnamon is also really good for success, prosperity, abundance, as well as taking action, because it is considered an element of fire. So it will help create the action that you need for manifesting your prosperity goals, as well as for the money to come in quickly. So they're in there. Next, we're going to do cloves. Cloves are great for, again, abundance as well as new beginnings. So again, measuring with your heart. Stick that in there. All right. Next ingredient we have is chamomile or chamomile. So this one can be great for a lot of different things, but for prosperity purposes, it's great because it attracts abundance as well as healing. And so if you're having issues or had issues with money before, this will be great to invoke the healing aspect of that. So I'm going to add some of this in there right now. Since this is a larger ball, I feel like I can fill it up with a lot. But again, you put as much as you feel necessary in there. All right, so I have a flower and it's jasmine. This is great for prosperity, for harmony, as well as creativity. So if you want to get a little creative with your money, this is a great one to add in there. So harmony is great too, because sometimes we stress so much about money issues. So this will help bring in a little bit more peace for that. And again, all of these you can substitute out. If you do not have jasmine, you don't necessarily need jasmine, and you can substitute with something else, or you can leave it out completely. This is highly customizable. I'm just showing you merely one version. All right, and I do have some rosemary here. This is great for wisdom and for healing, as well as for protection. So if you want to protect those assets once they come your way, this is going to be great for that. And again, we were talking about if you were having money problems or having a hard time managing money, this is great because it invokes that wisdom. So that way, once you learn how to do so, it can kind of help guide you through with making better decisions when it comes to money. And I always love adding rosemary into pretty much anything and everything because this herb is so versatile that you can just use rosemary for most things. But of course, if you want something a little bit potent, obviously the adding other ingredients helps. But again, everybody is different. Everybody uses their practice differently. So just from my experience, that's what I do. Or if I don't have a specific herb on hand, this is what I use. If you have nutmeg, nutmeg would work great in this as well because it's great for clarity, for money, and to bring in happiness. That is an option if you have nutmeg. We can also add, I have some sea salt, even though it says Himalayan, this is sea salt in here. You can add that. And I also have crushed up eggshells. So this provides some protection as well. You can put this as the bottom layer as well as with the salt, but as you can see, you can shake it down and it's fine. Again, it does not have to be perfect. If you are somebody that loves the aesthetic of it, I'm sure you can take a lot more time to get the layers just right. So the next thing we're gonna start adding is a rune. So you can add a rune to the outside as a charm. You can add it on the inside like I'm doing. You can write it on paper. You can write it on whatever. I wrote it on one of those little crystal things. I will be filming a video making runes as well, so I got the stuff that'll be coming soon. I used a gold permanent marker on a little glass pebble, and I'm inserting that in here. This is the Fei Wu, the rune for wealth, prosperity, and new beginnings, because I want a new beginning with my money and prosperity. So that's going in there, but like I said, you can add a charm on the outside as well. Speaking of charms, I have these charms of keys here. Keys are a great symbol to open up doors and opportunities as well as protection. So since these are a charm, again, you can have them on the outside once it's sealed up, or I'm going to stick one inside as well. Okay, moving on, we've got crystals. All right, so you can get the ones that are really tiny chips like this, or you can add in the big crystals. As long as they fit in the opening of the ornament, you can fit the crystals in. I'm going to use the chips today because I don't have extras that I want to put in the ornament. So first up, we're going to do the aventurine here. So aventurine is a great one for money and prosperity and abundance. This is great for opportunities, for luck, creating those, and as well as releasing patterns that are no longer working. So that's going in there. We love releasing old patterns. Next, we got Amazonite. So this is one that's quite interesting that I wanted to add in here because this is one that helps with calming yourself, calming your nervous system in whole. So if you're having money worries, if you have anxiety around money, this is a great one to add in here because it's so soothing. It also draws in wealth, prosperity, confidence, and self-love. So all of those things are key ingredients to help provide a foundation for prosperity. And then I also have it's called rock crystal here, but this is just a clear quartz. This is going to amplify all of the properties that are in the witch ball. So if you have a chip that's bigger than this, if you have like a crystal like this size, that's great to add in here too. But I have the chips, so that's what's going in. All right, other crystals that you can use in here could be citrine, could be pyrite, anything that your intention to have money draws in. So again, use your intuition to fill it up with what you think is going to work best for you. So I just wanted to throw out there, these are old like stretch crystal bracelets that I had break on me. So I had thrown them in this little jar here because they're still crystals and you can still use them. So if you had any of your stretch bracelets break and you feel like the crystals are still good and you can charge them with your intentions and everything's all right with that, throw those in to your witch balls or your spell jars, because if they're tiny enough and they fit through the opening, that's great too. Sometimes if you have a stretch bracelet break, you lose some of the beads or the crystals. So if you don't have enough to restring them, this is a great repurposing opportunity as well. All right, don't judge my glue gun. She's been through a lot. So now we're gonna seal her up. You can speak your intentions into the witch ball if you would like. But what I'm doing is I'm making a ring of hot glue around the top opening. And then I'm going to, with the hand that I don't have my rubber guys on, add in the top. Now, as you can see, it is ugly. So what I'm going to do is hot glue some ribbon around it and add another key charm. So I threaded on one of the gold key charms and I'm going to just thread it through the top here and tie it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but again, you do you. And so then it just hangs wherever you want to hang it off of this. You can use different type of ribbon. You can use twine, any type of string you want. If you want to be completely organic, you can use nothing but cotton as well, however you see fit, but that's it. And you just hang it up. However you want to use your practice with this, you can speak the intentions before all of this is done, after, as you're hanging it up. But that's all that there is to it. Put it in a place where you feel you're going to draw in most of the intention. So for me, it would be either in where my front door is, where I want to bring in the prosperity, or where I work from home. So in my office space, I would hang it there as well. So again, window, wall, corner, it really doesn't matter, wherever your intuition is telling you to put it. But particularly windows are what it was most known for to place. All right, so that's that. Let me know if you learned something new, if you enjoyed this video, all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you going to try it? Are you going to attempt it? Oh, and I forgot, you can use, if you already have Christmas baubles, if you have a green one or a gold one, or even a silver one, you can use that. You can repurpose that instead of a clear one, and that will draw in that as well. So, you know, be thrifty, be crafty when it comes to your craft. You can repurpose a lot of things. You don't need to go out and buy a lot of ingredients if a few basic ones will do the trick for you. I'm just showing you an option. So if that you get a little inspired to do more, or you want to mix some of these ingredients or just a few, interchange them however you see fit. This is just an inspirational kind of video for that. So let me know what you thought down in the comment section below. Did this help you? Was this fun? Did you learn something new? I will, like I said, have a love one available soon, as well as a protection one. So stay on the lookout for that to get more inspiration. Happy Yule if you are watching this when it comes out. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. I appreciate you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. All of those things really help me and the channel out, as it pushes us out in the algorithm more, so more people can see us. And don't forget, in the description box below, I do have a link tree that will provide you all of my social media links, as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Happy crafting, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.